Hello everyone, how's everyone doing today? I hope everyone is doing great. Welcome back to another video. I know it's been a minute. I had a lot going on with school stuff with my daughter and other things, but I need to repot a bunch of plants, so that's what this video will be about. A bunch of repotting, plant chores, stuff like that. It might go over a few days through this week, and then I might just get everything done today, who knows, but I have so much to do, so let's go ahead and get started. I do have my variegated fry deck that I'm going to be repotting into semi-hydro. And my mini bells, Matilde. I don't know why I always call this something else, but this is my Matilde, Hoya Matilde, that also is going to be repotted today as well. As you can see there, it's ready to go. So let's go ahead and get started with this. I do have my trash can right next to me because I do plan on just taking everything out over the trash can to make things a bit easier instead of throwing everything off into a mat here on the table. Although I might end up putting the mat out here in a second. You know what, actually I'm gonna put some gloves on because some of these do have, before I start touching the soil, do have some systemics in them, so I don't want to touch the soil without gloves. I was thinking about actually setting up somewhere else today for this video, but then I was like, no, I really need to have a table, plus my knee is killing me, so. Okay, so I did lower the camera so that way you're able to see what I am doing when it comes to me repotting in with some soil here. And I'm trying to get these roots out without tearing them. I don't know how much luck I'm gonna have. My G. They're like all tangled up together. So many roots. And I was able to get them out with success. And I'm just gonna get a bigger pot and here. I don't know why that's in there. I think because I already did some plants. I repotted a couple of them off camera. Oh my gosh. That one in there. So I am using a 5-inch pot for this plant. I feel like it's well overdue. And it is a root ball, so I'm just gonna go ahead and use a 5-inch for it. Hopefully this will help this one start growing just a bit more, because it was kind of stagnant there for a little bit. And then it started to grow well for me again. But it's probably because the roots were reaching out towards the water at the bottom of the pot. They finally reached it, and because this one was drying out really quick all the time on me. I hope everyone's been doing pretty good. Excited for summer vacations coming up and all that good stuff. Okay, so that is this one here. I do need to get the sticker off because I am bad at remembering names. La Jolla Matilde. So let me get the sticker off. I should just be making all new stickers in a way, but I'm like, I have to take this glove off because I can't get it. All right. Okay. So that one is good to go now. I don't know exactly what I'm going to be putting this in, to be honest. I might have some cover pots that have dirt inside of them that I used for outside I'm no longer using, and they're in my garage. So I may just grab those to put this in. I know I have, I think, another pot over there. So I'm going to have to look around and see, which is crazy because now I'm going to have a whole bunch of small ones, which I have plenty of small ones still. All right, here's my fry deck. It does have some roots out there. This sucker is a fast grower. Like if you want an alocasia, like you're like me and don't really like alocasia, I thought this was going to be the year of alocasia. I was wrong. When I tell you I was wrong, I was wrong. I do have a couple of alocasia that are doing good for me, which, excuse my daughter. I do have a couple that are doing good for me, which is this fry deck, which I'm kind of like iffy on even putting it in semi-hydro just because I feel like it's doing really well in just regular soil. And I think if it wasn't doing well, then you know what? I might actually just stick it in a bigger pot and keep it in soil because it's doing so good. I might just do that. But I found regular fry decks at a local store of mine here yesterday, and they were beautiful, and I was so tempted to get one, but I didn't. And those roots did come out nicely. Okay, and I just watered this one yesterday. I'm just going to take off a little bit of the soil, but nothing crazy. You can see some roots in there. This one's, but they're so tiny that there are a lot of roots here at the bottom part. So. The fry deck has been amazing. It's my favorite. If I can find another, well, this one and that other one, which I'll show y'all here in a minute. It's called purple something or it has, I don't know. I think I have the name on it. But I'll show you here in a second. This one grew so fast, like I already knew I was gonna have to repot it really soon. And like I said, it's doing really good in soil, so I'm just gonna leave it. I was gonna put it in semi-hydro, but if I see that it kind of starts looking sad all the time in soil, then I'll switch it out. And no, I didn't want to go corm hunting. I don't really want to take corms from any alocasias. I feel like if you can grow an extra little baby, then that'll be fine with me. But I'm not trying to make any more of these. But yeah, seems pretty good. Okay. So I got this one all repotted up, this little beauty. Hopefully it'll be happy, and I also have to find a pot for this one. So I did find a little catch pot for the fry deck. Oh, that is way too big. Yeah, that's not gonna work at all. But I do have this massive one. Now I gotta go look around again. I don't know if I'm gonna find one for that one. I might have to get one. Okay, so I forgot I had an extra one of these. It was hiding on the floor. So I'm gonna go ahead and just use this one for it. And then I'll put it back on the vidstro. So hopefully that one will do well. Okay. So I do have my Chinese money plant here that I've had plenty of issues with. I think I'm going to end up moving it over here somewhere or on my vidstro somewhere, just to see if it'll do a little bit better until I get more lights for my shelf in the back room. I also have these that if you watch my previous video where I put all these into spag moss to root them, because these were cuttings that I did order. And I want to go ahead and pot these up because I'm sure by now they have to have roots. I've had them in here for quite a while, so I know they're ready for pots. So we'll do those first, and then I have this one as well. I think this one, is this one my variegated, what is it? Outer variegated Bella. Is this my Bella? I'm so confused. I don't even know. Let me see. Let's see what we have here. Oh my. So this one's my Wilbur Graves China. And this one's a free one. Kind of reminds me of my other one that I have, but I'm not too sure what this one is. And I feel like they're connected together in the roots. Oh man. I was right, it has plenty of roots. Now it's just taking off all the spag moss. Okay. This one did have 2 leaves, but one of them did fall off. So I was like, oh my gosh. But this one so far so good. Okay, you can see there, those are the roots. Does have some pretty good roots, so it is ready for a little pot. Okay, So I do have the Wilbur Graves China all potted up here. And since I do have this extra pot, this is the one I'll be putting it in. Hopefully. Take all the spag off of this one. This one was a free one that came with it, so like I said, I don't know the name of this one. If y'all do, just let me know. It does look like some sort of carnosa, but I don't know. I don't know what kind. This one is very well rooted. And I can already see a new growth coming out. I just noticed that. So here are the roots of this little guy, and you can see that it does have like a new growth there. How awesome. Hopefully me doing this, I didn't ruin that. It'll continue to do its thing. Good, good roots. Awesome. Excited. Perfect. Used it as a little catch tree. Water these guys up. Ooh, water everywhere. All right. Let me go put these guys up real quick. I haven't repotted this one since I've gotten it. Wait, I'm lying. Yeah, because it's in a Texas Gardens thing. But I have. But this one gives me a lot of problems. I don't know if it's the soil or the sun or what's going on, or if I overwater it or whatnot. But yeah. It's got root rot, lots of it. Lots of root rot there. Okay. Taking it all off. So I may have to put this in. Oh my gee. This might have to go in water. Or go into a tiny itty bitty pot. Oh my. It's got some good roots. Not a whole lot. Okay, so I found the problem. It's got root rot. So I did take off all the nasty parts of it. It does still have some pretty good roots, like barely any, but it does have roots. So I'm thinking I'm gonna go ahead and stick this in a small little pot. I might just end up cutting it, to be honest. Or even, because it looks so sad. Probably best bet would just cut it and then root it up and then do it that way. I think I'll put this part in a pot and then I'll probably cut it a little bit and then propagate this in water, because I know they propagate well in water. So that's probably what I'm going to do. So that's what this one looks like for now. More than likely, like I said, I'm going to cut and prop. Sad, sad guy. Okay. It's got lots of roots. This one is ready for a bigger pot. Thank goodness. Have another success and not a failure. Oh, what the heck? All right. I'm gonna use this one for this one. And there's the Bella. Does have some blooms. This one is always blooming, so if you want a bloomer, this one is the one to get. So this begonia is full. All this bottom part is a ball of roots, so I am going to go ahead and repot it. I'm still just debating though. Like, I might just put it in one of these other. It was in this one, but it's more narrow at the bottom. So I'm thinking if I put it in something like this, it'll give it a tiny bit more room to grow instead of like throwing it straight into a big pot, and then it might get root rot and die on me. So I don't want it to do that. Oh yeah, I think that'll do good. That'll do, that'll do. This one was drying out really fast on me. Pretty sure it needed a repot for a while now. So if this one does it again, like just starts drying out like crazy on me, I'll probably stick it in semi-hydro. There. I do have this pot. I'm gonna stick this one in here. Well, this one will finally have a little pot. Okay. Okay, so I have the Galaxy begonia here. Doesn't look too happy, but it's alive, so that's a good thing. I'm going to see what's going on with this one in hopes that it doesn't have root rot, since it has been looking a little sad. I want to see what is happening. Oh man, I think it's just packed with roots, to be honest. We'll find out. Roots seem pretty good. They're not falling off like the other ones. Nice. Cool, cool. I'm gonna put it in a bigger pot, some 4-inch pot. I'm just happy that it's doing well. It's kind of like my other one. I had to cut it down for it to start growing pretty. I might have to do that one to this one as well. Okay, there is this one. It's all potted up. I don't think it's gonna, oh yeah, stick it right back in there. Do have Jose Bono here. That might need a repot. I think this one might need a repot by now. It's going everywhere. It's been in this pot for a very long time. And from the looks of it, looks like it might need one, or it could just use a repot. So I'm going to move that one up into a 5-inch pot, and then I've been wanting to check on this one. This one I think is my Glorious. Yeah, this one's not doing very well. So I'm going to check this one and see what's going on. I've seen other people that grow these and theirs do very good, and mine hasn't. So it hasn't even really grown anymore, really. So let's check this one out real quick. So this one is like super dry. I water this one all the time, and it's obviously not getting water, and honestly I think it's dead. I think. Oh no, does it have thrips? That might be the problem. Oh no, that's dirt. I thought it had something. Oh my gosh, let me see. Yeah, so that's the piece of root that it does have, which is not much. I don't think it's dead, but I think it's close. So what I'm going to do with this one is I am going to put this one in water, and yeah, maybe it'll do better once I have it in water. So I'm going to stick this Glorious in water. Alrighty, so we have this one is the Bono, Jose Bono, philodendron. Let's go ahead and repot this guy because it needs one. It's growing beautifully. I'm going to have to put this one with something on it to support. It needs support. It's going to start needing support. Are there multiples in here? Wow, there's 2. Okay. This one is a ball of roots at the bottom. Insane. The top, it's a little loose, but at the bottom, it's completely packed. So yes, time for a repot for this one. Hey, come here. Gee. And I like the fact that it's still gonna fit for the most part in this one. So I can still use this pot for it. All right. I love philodendron roots, aroid roots. They're so pretty. Some pretty roots. The roots I like too are anthurium ones. They're so thick and pretty too. Oh yeah, this sucker needs support big time. I'll get you some support, little guy. Big guy. Getting big guy. All right. This over a little bit. Oh my gosh. This one is a pretty big baby. All right. Nice. What a beauty. Okay. So here is the Jose Bono. You would wonder why I didn't have this on my favorites list, but this one also, I believe, is a pretty easy philodendron to have. This one has required hardly any kind of attention, just watering it, and it's grown beautifully. I've had it under Barina lights on my Vits Joe shelf the whole time I've had it, and it's done amazing and grown like crazy. I do fertilize it like I do all my other plants, and I water when the first top 2 inches of soil are dry or when the pot is light. And this one gets thirsty maybe about every week or so, I've noticed. A little more now during the spring, summer, well, summer now. But it's a beautiful plant. I am going to put some support in it because it's falling over. Okay, so I do have the Begonia ferox here. That is in need of a repot as well, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'm going to cut off these leaves that I don't think it really needs anymore. This one looks quite ugly. Let me see. Well, yeah. So I am going to cut this one. And this one still has some green in it, and it's not rotty looking, so I think I'm going to keep that one on there actually. And the other ones look okay. But yeah, let's check this one out. I think this one should be doing pretty good. Don't think I'm going to have problems with the roots in this. Uh-oh, this one came off anyway, so might as well just take that one off, I guess. That was an accident. I'm going to leave that on there. Now I'm scared because I don't want it to break off. Oh yeah, this one's big time. Roots everywhere. That is, you can see that the roots are up all the way up here to the top. I don't know if that's visible, but they're at the very top. So, okay, let me see if I can show you. Maybe you can see it. Kind of have some light here. You can see like the roots. Right here, the little hairs, those are roots. wonder if I can push this one forward just a tad. Nope, can't. It's stuck. I'm just gonna let this one drain in here and then stick it back in the cabinet. I got this one as a tissue culture a while back from the Green Escape, and so far it's done good. I've had it in the cabinet the whole time though, so if I ever do want to bring it out here, it's definitely going to have to be acclimated somehow. I don't remember the name like always. Let me see if I can find it. This is the variegated Vitarifolium or Vitilifolium, something like that, however you say that. But that's what this one is. Just crazy because now they're selling really big ones on their site, and this is the biggest this one has gotten. I've had it in my cabinet for months. Guess I should have just waited, but it is what it is, and that's what this one looks like. So I'm actually going to be putting this one in some soil now. It's been in spag moss for since I first got it. And it came in its little test tube baby. I see those roots, I see them. Oops, I don't want it going in there. Let's take this out. Okay, I think that will work. I don't think it will be bad if I leave a little bit on there, as long as it's not too packed with it. I did experience one time I just left it on there because I didn't want to take it off, because it does take a little bit of time to take all the spag moss off. But we do have some pretty good healthy roots there, which I'm very happy with, and I am pretty sure this will do well in this 4-inch right here. So okay, I'm just gonna water this guy in, and I think I might be able to pin it still. I hope so. We'll see. So when I got this anthurium tissue culture, it was so small, and I've never done a tissue culture before, so that was my first time. I wanted to try it out. I was kind of a little paranoid when I did get it, but when I stuck it in spag moss and put it inside of my cabinet, it did amazingly well, a lot better than I thought it was going to do. And assuming just because the cabinet has really high humidity, up to 90%, Some of the time, 85 to 90% is what is usually in my Mills bow. Okay, I have my work random here. I wasn't going to do anything to it, but looking at it, I might need to go ahead and up pot it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And then check its roots. Roots look okay from what I'm looking at, but could be a reason why it hasn't grown for me. I'm gonna go in. Let me see what's here. Put it in that. No. I'm gonna go wash one of these pots. All right, I went and washed one of these little guys because I don't have any more that are clean. So I had to get some washed up. I'm gonna take this one out and see what's going on. This is probably why it hasn't put a new leaf out for me. Because I was like, why is it taking so long to put a new leaf? If you can see that there are roots at the very top. It's kind of dark because I lowered down my ISO, but so if you can see here, now that I have it closer, there are roots coming up towards the top. You can tell it's growing up towards the top, and then it's just packed. This whole thing is like a ball. So I'm glad I went ahead and checked that. I was thinking that it was already needing a repot, and perhaps the reason why it hasn't given me any more leaves. So all right. Okay, so now this one is up potted into a 4-inch pot. I am hoping now it will be a lot happier and start to give me another leaf. I can't wait to see what the next one's gonna look like, so I'm excited for this. Roots are coming out the bottom, so this one is in major need, and I kind of figured because it kept drying out on me like crazy. So we're gonna go ahead and repot this begonia. And just like I thought, the ball of roots, 5-inch. Running low on soil here. A little bit more. Oh my, still needs a little more. Good morning. So this is day 2 of repots. I did a lot yesterday. I even did some more off camera, but today I want to try to get everything done. I should be able to. I have some linearis here, you can see them, and I've actually been propagating some of them. So I'm pretty sure these, yeah, they have roots already. So I'm going to go ahead and stick these along with these others, as well as these string of hearts here. So it's funny because the string of hearts are so freaking crazy. Like, they're so crazy. Look at them. They're growing at the bottom of this pot. I'm like, oh, poor guys. I'll probably cut them off and put them and some sphagnum, or the sphagnum that I'll be taking off of this, so that way I can just propagate these. This other one here that I have is super, super long. This one is very long, so I'm going to have to cut this and propagate it again, which is okay because I need to fill that pot up. And then I still want to make another one for my back room. So let's go ahead and get this started. So I do have my little tools here. I'm going to try to just make a little hole in here and then try to put the linearis in this pot. I'm pretty sure I don't need to be repotting this just yet. I think it still will be okay. The soil still seems pretty loose in there. So I'm going to try to stick these guys in there. Oh man, I may be wrong. Wait, no, I think I can put it right here, maybe. I find that it is a lot more rooted than what I'm thinking. I may just go ahead and take it out and repot it, because it could feel loose but be very rooted, vice versa. Okay. It's crazy because when I first got linears, didn't do so good for me. I think they might have just trouble acclimating or something, because at first they seemed like they were just dying. But now I got the hang of them and it's not as bad at all. Now they're easy for me to propagate and take care of. And I seem to have found some sweet spots in my home for these plants, so makes me excited. So there are a few roots there. If you can see them, if I don't have it too close to the camera. There are some roots here, so this one's very well rooted. I'm gonna go ahead and stick that one in there, but I wanna stick them in there together. I have a second one here that also has, it has one root, but it's long enough already to be able to be okay. So I'm gonna put these together, try to angle them how I feel would have them falling out of the pot. I think eventually they'll do their thing. And see, what I like about this, it puts a hole in there and hopefully make it easier to stick these guys in there. does feel like there's a lot of roots in here. So I'm probably going to have to be repotting this one before I know it, which is okay because at that time, maybe I can propagate some more of these at the time and then make a bigger plant. I'm excited to just make this one really full. I really love these, so. Okay, well that made it so much easier. So I went ahead and got these in there. That's how long this one is. I don't know if we can even see that, but it's pretty long. See if my cat don't come along trying to play with my linears. She's been really, I've been letting her outside a little bit more because I go outside to garden, and she's been getting spoiled and meows at me to go outside every day now, and will meow at me all crazy until I let her out for a little bit. So yeah. Okay, I do have this monster here, this long string of hearts. I'm going to go ahead and do the exact same thing I did to the other. Unless I feel like it's too rooted, then I'll go ahead and repot it. Other than that, I think it's going to be okay. Poor guys at the bottom. Yeah, let me cut them. Never used these, so maybe now I can. Some little cutters that came in this little bag. I'm gonna cut these at the bottom. That's better. This one is really rooted in there. String of Hearts is amazing. As far as rooting, it's super, super rooted. A lot more than what I thought it was going to be. It even has like little, that's crazy. It even has little hearts in here. Look at this. Wow. That's crazy. Wow. It's got little stringies growing everywhere. Oh man, I have a feeling this one's going to be a little rough one to get the moss off of. This one definitely rooted faster than the linearis for sure. So next go around, I'm going to have to probably repot this one a lot sooner than my linearis. I did put a String of Hearts in some soil and pin it down, and I totally forgot about it. I totally forgot it was even up there. I want to try that again. And hopefully I can have it in a spot where I don't forget it's there. And then see if I can get that to work. Because that would be nice. Thought about just pinning even some of these that are really long in here. Oh man. Oh, the thing about String of Hearts is they get tangled up really bad. There's so many roots in here that I'm pretty sure they are tangled up real bad as well in there. So I'm just doing the best that I can to take this moss off the roots. This is probably going to take some time, so I'm probably going to turn this off for a second until I can take all this moss off, and then I'll come back when I have it all off. But you can see all these roots here. Good healthy roots. Okay, I'm back. I finally got all the moss off of these roots. Didn't take me as long as I thought it was going to take me, but it was a little bit of time. I don't know if you can see those. Healthy roots for sure, so that's good because I can reuse this moss to prop some more. I'm going to put these two inside this first hole that I made. Cool. I'm gonna make a second hole right here. As far as I can so I can make sure the roots get in there. And then I do have 3 here that I'm going to try to get in here. Cool. Awesome. They're pretty good in there. Okay. Oy. Okay. Now I do have these guys in there, and hopefully they will grow well in there for me to make this pot a fuller pot. So now though, I am going to go ahead and cut some of the bottom of these string of hearts because it's really long. And then with these, I usually I take off some of the leaves and then I stick them in there. Ooh. So I take off these leaves, get a little node. So I know to check this one's a bit sooner because it rooted really fast last time, so I'll be checking it pretty soon. But that is how I propagate these. And I just put it over here under this Sansi light. Okay, so I have this monster right here that I'm about to cut. I have been holding back on this for so long, only because I don't want to kill him and I really love this plant so much. So I'm gonna see how I can get this done. This will be my first time ever doing this as well, so I'm a little nervous. I've seen videos on it, so what I am going to do, if hopefully I do this properly, is I am going to cut, let me see, I think it's rooted all up in there too, huh? Shouldn't be. Oh, it is. I'm more than likely going to probably have to cut it right here because I do want to keep these two. And then the rest, I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with it yet. The bottom part is kind of like dying out on me. more than likely because when I water the pole, the water probably just doesn't reach the bottom a lot of the time. So I think that's the whole thing. But I think I do need to cut about right here. So I'm going to do that really quick. This guy is very, very well rooted, and hopefully by cutting right here, I should be able to take this off. Although, if this guy seems like it might have rooted back here into this thing right here. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, it sure does seem that way. Well, maybe I can cut it here and then somehow pull it out. I'm pretty sure the root will come with it, so I'll try to cut it here first and see how that goes. But yeah, I'm scared. But we got this, right? We got it. Go ahead and just cut straight through here at the bottom. I'm gonna cut in between the two nodes. Okay, got all the way through. Good, good. This might be a bit harder than, because the root, it's rooted in there. But you know, I should have blade cutted this like a day ago, yesterday, or 2 days ago or so, but I didn't. Let me see. I think it's really, yeah, it's got a root going through there. I can feel it. So it is. Okay, there it is. Oh yeah. I got some roots in there. And you can see, oh, these roots here. And there's even more back there. And then there's one here. So since I am going to be putting this into soil, I'm going to have to take this leaf off. So yeah, I don't have a choice on that one. What I'm doing is I did pull out some of the spag moss here at the bottom. So I'm going to put soil in here and then put this into the pot. I've never really had problems with these getting root rot, but yeah, if I were you, I would go ahead and cut this maybe a day or two before you're actually going to repot this into another pot. But wish me luck, but I think it should be fine. Okay, so I went ahead and got this all done, and that is the finished product. Okay, so now I have the cut one here. I'm gonna go ahead and add a pole, and all I did, oops, I'm dropping moss. All I did was grab the moss from the old guys and then put it in this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and add this one in. I need to put some moss at the top though. You tried to bring some of this down because it needs to go. There it goes. It's better. This one was in need of an extension. You can see some of these leaves are starting to get smaller. So hopefully the next few will start to get big again. Hopefully. We'll see. But yeah, I'm sure this one's going to be a lot bigger than they end up growing. But this one is smaller than the previous. And so I'm just wanting them to get back into the rhythm. But yeah, I went ahead and added that there. Just got one of the old extensions and moss from the previous. I did make some cuttings. Okay, so I did do some cuttings from my esqueleto, and here's one of them here, and then I have another in the back room. And actually, let's go back there really quick because I want to show you that other alocasia I never showed you in the beginning. Okay, so the other cutting is actually here with the Monstera deliciosa that I have there. And the other alocasia that I was telling you that I liked is this one right here. I don't know if I have a name on it. Let me check really quick. I don't think I have a name on this one, so I'm not too sure what this is. I just know that it's got like a purple something in it in the name. And I think it's because the undersides of the leaves get kind of purple, or they're supposed to. I don't know. But that one's been growing really well here by this window. Also, here's my Matilde, but as soon as I repotted it, the little leaf that was growing here fell off. So it obviously got some shock to it when I did that. And that's because I didn't really mess with the roots. This plant is very picky. And here is my Amarillo that I never showed. I was hoping this one was alive. I guess we'll see over time. Okay, you guys, that is it. I am done. I think, hopefully I didn't miss anything, but I did have so much repotting to do, so many things to get done that I was really behind on. But yeah, all the repotting. I hope that you guys did enjoy this video. And if you do like my content, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like the video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, y'all.